series. I'm excited about this one. Today we're going to do a pencil sketch. I haven't done one yet in a tutorial or on a tutorial, so today is that day. And we're starting out with this image right here, and it's going to end up looking like this when it's done. It's a lot of fun. You're going to enjoy this one. I'm sure you will. Hey, if you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'm also linking you this image in the description below so you can download it and follow along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. Are you ready? Stay tuned. Let's get started. I'm starting out here in Photoshop. Now I duplicated the background layer and called it Topaz Adjust AI. I just want to send it into Adjust AI just to see if I can pop this a little bit. So let's go ahead and launch Topaz Adjust AI. All I want to do here is click Standard and see what kind of result we get. And if this pops it, I'm going to be happy with it. Yeah, so that looks pretty cool. Here's the before and here's the after. Just a little bit of pop. I'm not going to worry about the color because I'm going to turn this into a pencil sketch anyway, so we don't have to really care too much about the color. So I'll just click Apply. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the background layer, and let's just call this TS2 for Topaz Studio 2. And now we're going to launch Topaz Studio 2. We're going to start out by adding the impression filter. And I'm looking for a pencil sketch, so I'm looking for, what do I want? Yeah, this one right here, Type 08. This is more of a sketchy brush right here. I'm going to leave my opacity up the full way to 100%. I'm going to use the normal blend mode, and let's see. I'm going to keep the strokes, the number of strokes as medium. I want to change my brush size, make it a little bit larger, and I think I'm going to go around 72, I think, for now. And we can go ahead and change that later. Already it's looking really cool. It's in color, but we're going to turn it black and white, but it looks nice here too. So keep these kind of looks in the back of your mind for future edits. Let's go ahead and work down through this list. Paint volume, I'm going to leave off. Paint opacity, I think I'm going to pull the opacity back to, let's see what I think looks good. I think around a 36 there. And then the stroke width, I'm not going to mess with rotation or rotation variation or color variation, but the width, I'm going to pull the width up. And you'll notice the brush strokes get wider as I do that. And I think I'm going to go to somewhere right around, how about 42? And now let's work with the length here. Now we can see what we can do with the length. We can go to the right and see the difference. And that looks pretty cool. But I think I might shorten that length just a little tiny wee bit, right around there. And here's a cool little feature. And I don't mess with this too much, but the smudge. I think I'm going to pull the smudge up on this. And let's see where we go here. See how we're getting that nice smudgy look in there? And I kind of like that. And I think I'm going to go maybe, I don't want to go too crazy, but it's going to give us a nice little bit of a softness. And already I'm really loving it. And it does look cool in color as well. There are so many adjustments you can make in this impression filter. Let's open up this color section right here. So we'll click right here. And all I want to do here is just remove the color. I'm in the overall color setting. So I'm just going to take the overall saturation and pull it off. And there we go. There's our black and white sketchy look. And that's cool. We're going in the right direction. Let's go under lighting. And what I think I'll do in the lighting is, I think I'm just going to bump up the contrast a little bit, give it a tiny bit more contrast. And I think, I don't want to go too crazy here, but right about there. And already, that sketchy look is exciting me. I'm really liking that so far. Now let's move on down to texture. And I'll tell you, there's just so much in here to do. And I'm looking for a texture, and it is paper 1. So I'm just going to type it in this search field here, paper 1. And it's probably going to be, where is it going to be? It's going to be one of these right here. All right, paper 1. And I'm going to take its strength up. Now, let's just zoom in a little bit here so we can see the texture. I'm going to take the strength up to We'll keep going here. I don't want to go too crazy on the texture. I don't know if you can see it in there. See that texture in there? Probably right around a 36 I think will be good. I'm going to leave the size right where it is. And then I'm going to come down to background. Now usually on background, a lot of times what I'm doing is changing it from solid to original. And check these branches, these edges of the branches on the tree here. Let's click on original and see what it looks like. See, they darken in here, which is kind of nice. But I'm going to try something else. I'm going to go back to solid, but I'm going to play with the background color right here. So let's click this drop down right here. And what I want to do is just move that canvas color to like a darker color, like a dark gray or black. Somewhere in there. Yeah. And see that darkens up the edges of those branches right there. So yeah, off to a really good start. I'm just going to click OK. So I think I am done with the impression filter. Yeah, we're done with the impression filter. Now let's go to another one of my favorites, precision contrast. And what I think I want to do with this is just get a little more pop into this image here. So I'm going to start out with the micro. Let's bump up the micro a decent amount here and see how that sketchy look just really starts to pull through. I think right around a 61, I think that'll look nice. And let's work with our low. Let's give it a little bit of low. And maybe right around there. Yep, that's looking really nice. And how about some medium? Yeah, medium. Yeah, maybe around the 50, somewhere around there. And how about a little bit of high? So we're working with all the different areas of contrast. Micro, low areas of contrast, medium and high areas of contrast. And yeah, I think I'm going to go right around a 50 on that as well. And the other thing I want to do, and this is really cool in this precision contrast filter, you also have some lighting in here and you have color adjustments as well. Now, I don't have to mess with color because I've removed all the saturation from the image. But I think what I want to do is take a look at the image equalization. Now check the image out as I click these different buttons. Like here's low equalization, here's medium, and here's high. Now how do you know which one to pick? Well, you pick the one that looks best to your eye, and I think medium was good. So there's medium. Yeah, I'm happy with medium. That looks really nice. And the other thing I want to do is I think I just want to pull back on my highlights a little bit and just to tame those highlights down just a little bit. And I think I'm going to go somewhere around here like a 65. That looks nice. Now let's click this eye right here on the precision contrast. Here's the before and here's the after. Now that's a cool look too. It's a nice soft look, but this gives it a little bit of a more kind of eerie look, which I think kind of fits this image pretty well. Now if we felt we went too far, we can come to the precision contrast layer and take the opacity, you know, and we could ease it back a little bit if we felt we went just a little bit too strong. And I might just pull it back just a little bit, maybe somewhere right around there. That's it. What's that, an 81? I think that looks good. The last thing I want to do is add one more filter, and that will be a vignette filter, if I can find it. Yeah, here it is right here. There's so many filters, I have a hard time finding them. And let's see here. I'm going to take the strength up. Now, you'll notice this color swatch is set to black. Now, the cool thing about the Topaz Studio 2 vignette filter, you can click this drop down and change the vignette to any color that you want. So that's really a nice feature. But it defaults on black, and that's what I want. I just want a dark vignette. So let's take the strength and pull it up. I'm going to take it up to about right here. And then I can always ease it off with the opacity here when I'm done. I'm going to change its size, make the size just a little bit larger. 74. The transition, I'm going to give it a little bit more transition here. And that's going to be right around here. And then the roundness, I'm going to take the roundness to the left, which will give it a more square shape when I go that way. Okay, and then we can click this eye of the vignette layer. Here's the before and here's the after. But see how that just pulls you in? Now that might be a little too strong, so I think I'm going to pull back on that. And let's see how far I want to pull back on it. I'm just going to keep going till I think it looks good. Let's try there. That's a 64. Let's take a look at the before and after. Here's the before and here's the after. Yeah, that's pretty good. I might just pull back a little more. Now, when I do vignettes, I don't like you to really know I put a vignette on there, but it really helps pull your viewer into the image. So let's look at the before one more time, and here's the after. Yeah, I think that's good. I'm happy with this. This is the first pencil sketch I've done on a tutorial. But the cool thing about the impression filter is, man, you can get so many different looks. There are so many options inside of that impression filter. Let's go ahead and click accept, and that sends us back into Photoshop. And now we're back in Photoshop. So let's see where we've come from. So we started out with this image right here, which is a cool image, and we end up with this image, a really cool pencil sketch. I think I'll do one more thing, just a little bit of dodging on the tree itself, just on the wood here, these light areas on the wood here on this old dead beautiful tree. So let's go ahead and get a curves adjustment layer, and here's a little trick that you can do. Change the blend mode from normal to screen, which will lighten the entire image, and then just invert your layer mask, make it black. And then I just have a brush at 100% opacity with a flow of 5% and a nice small brush, and all I'm going to do is paint some with, I'm painting with white paint, by the way, painting up some of these lighter areas on the tree here, just to add a little bit of character to this tree on some of the lighter areas. Dodging and burning is very, very important. It'll really sculpt your image. It'll almost give it like that three-dimensional type quality. And you can burn with dark color and dodge with light, and that's what we're doing here. We're just dodging with some light. I'm not going to mess with the dark because I think that's all we really need. Now let's take a look at the here's the before the dodge, and here's the after. But see how that just gives it a little bit of extra sculpting on that tree, and I really, really like it. I think it looks good. I think I'll just give this area just a little bit more lightness there. But check that out. Here's the before and here's the after. Well, there it is. I hope you enjoyed this one. Pencil sketches are really cool, and you can get some really great results with Topaz Studio 2. It is an amazing piece of software. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial today. If you did, please give it a like and share it with your friends. And if you're not yet a subscriber to my channel, please subscribe and click that bell notification icon. Then every time I upload a new tutorial, you will be notified about it.